Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope everyone has had a fantastic weekend on this extremely damp and cold and wet Sunday evening. Hope everyone's had a great weekend, and I hope you're all looking forward to another brand new week heading into the start of August 2023 this year. First of all, do me a massive favour for me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That is United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and the community if you are new. Remember to share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC, Rocket League, F1, and much more brand new stuff planned for this amazing channel and amazing community right throughout the rest of 2023 this year. Good evening to all you legends. Good evening to all you legendary people. And welcome back to the channel. And welcome to Manchester United summer transfer window review of week 6 of the 2023 summer transfer window so far for Manchester United Football Club. In which, yet again, for me, this week has been majorly frustrating, majorly disappointing, and quite frankly, unacceptable and disgusting week for Manchester United to be acting so slowly on transfers, removing hardly any of the deadwood players Ten Hag doesn't want, and players here that shouldn't even be at this football club or anywhere near a Manchester United shirt. I think Man United have had a very, very bad week. I think we've been lazy. I think we've been incompetent. And I think as a whole, Manchester United have been quite frankly disappointing to the fans, the supporters again, which was meant to be a very, very busy week regarding players in and players out of Old Trafford. And so far, it's taken Manchester United 6 weeks to sign 3 players. And I think as a whole, that's quite frankly not good enough. I see people praising John Murtough and Richard Arnold saying they're walking in like a boss. They've done really, really well this season regarding bringing players in, and the negotiating has been tip-top. And I completely and utterly disagree that the board and the owners at this football club are competent. They have been bad since they bought the football club. And Richard Arnold and John Murtough are yes men for the Glazers. And I see fans and supporters alike who support Manchester United praising the job they've done so far in the summer transfer window, saying this transfer window has been an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And I think as a whole, I wouldn't give the transfer window more than a 3 or a 4. I think based on the score I've given out of 10, that is based on how many players we have brought in, because Erik ten Hag was promised funds, he was promised transfers this summer, and basically Manchester United are penny pinching again for every bit of penny that goes in and out of this football club. And due to the lack of clarity over the ownership, in which the Glazers are still fully in control at this football club, it looks like Manchester United again are being left behind by all their rivals in this transfer window so far, with the lack of investment being brought in and the lack of recruitment and investment being sold out of the club, with so many deadwood players still in training with Manchester United in Manchester United training kit. And unfortunately, I don't see how this season is going to be a positive one. I feel like, the manager yet again is being hanged out to dry by the board and the owners of this great and successful football club. And I do believe history, like I said, is going to repeat itself at Manchester United this season. The second season syndrome will kick in, players will down tools, and then the third season, the manager will be sacked. And I think history will happen. It will repeat itself. It was like when Harry Potter found out in the second film franchise that the Chamber of Secrets had been reopened again, and everyone realised Hogwarts and everyone was basically fucked, because evil Lord Voldemort is trying to destroy the wizarding kind at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Big evil Voldemort, big evil venomous creature, and basically petrifying all the students. And unfortunately, Manchester United are acting very, very incompetent. And yes, this weekend has had kind of a positive impact, obviously, regarding the incoming of Rasmus Højlund, which we got the here we go yesterday from Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein, that we've got the Rasmus Højlund deal done. I just can't justify how we've had to wait 6 weeks to get a striker, where We should have had a goal-scoring striker on tour at the start of pre-season. And unfortunately, Ten Hag hasn't been backed. He hasn't been delivered the signings he wants. And basically, Man United have probably told Ten Hag, I don't know what you're complaining about. You've got us back in the Champions League. You won us the Carabao Cup. We got top four. And now you want more players. And the board, yet again, have got to be the biggest pinpoint of evil, kind of running this club into the ground, running this club bone dry of any money, and basically failing to back a manager that actually gets what the fans and supporters want, is to be a successful football club competing on all fronts in all competitions that Manchester United are going to be competing in this season coming, which we're now under 2 weeks away from Premier League football, from our first home game of the season against Wolves. And if you're looking at this transfer window, for me, there has been no positivity all summer. Mason Mount, I don't rate. I didn't want to sign him. Onana, I think is going to be a very, very good goalkeeper. And Rasmus Højlund, for the price tag we paid for a 20-year-old striker, I don't believe that's enough to be able to deal with all the problems Manchester United have currently got in this team, in the squad. And I do believe on all four fronts, Manchester United are going to have to make a lot of sacrifices this summer just to break even in certain competitions to progress. I do believe when the summer transfer window opened, players should have been lined up to come in through the door straight away after that FA Cup final defeat to Manchester City. And clearly there was no clear plan, there was no clear action, and there was no ruthlessness. We've been slow, we've been lazy, we've been lethargic. It's just been completely and utter incompetent from Man United all summer long so far. I'm not impressed so far with the business. Manchester United really should have been bringing in at least 6 to 7, 8, maybe 9 new players. And basically, Man United, all they've got at the moment is 2 new players. Even though we've got the Rasmus Højlund deal done yesterday, which we're going to talk about more in depth on this video, 3 new players is unacceptable for a whole month of July. Erik ten Hag should have had mainly all his transfer business done in this month, and Manchester United have let this manager down. I think deep down, Erik ten Hag is very frustrated. I think he's very disappointed. I think he's quite angry the way this summer transfer window is being dealt with by the board and the owners at this football club. And I do believe Erik ten Hag as a whole, the consequences will happen when Manchester United start downing tools, the players give in and throw the towel in. They get the Dido song White Flag on repeat, and Man United basically cave in. The season falls apart. Erik ten Hag in the third season is under severe pressure to keep his job. Mid-through season, right to Christmas, Erik ten Hag sacked and interims brought in. And I think, like I said, history will repeat itself. The whole circle of life is going to happen all over again. And I do believe as a whole that Ten Hag really should have been given an unlimited budget to spend in this transfer window, especially knowing we got top 4. We got back into the Champions League for this season as well. And also finishing third above Newcastle, Liverpool, Chelsea and Spurs, winning 165 million for achieving third place in the Premier League. I do wonder where all that money's gone by finishing third in the league. I don't know where that money's gone. I don't know why Man United have not spent any of that money. And possibly all that money, you know where it's gone. It's probably gone straight into the Glazers' back pockets. That money has been taken out of the football club again, where that money should be spent on investment and players to be brought in to improve the current Manchester United squad. Because if you're looking at that squad as a whole, what transfer business has been done out of the football club? What players have we got rid of this week? We've not got rid of one. All the dead wood Ten Hag wanted to get rid of is all still here. Harry Maguire is still here. So is Jadon Sancho. So is Scott McTominay, Fred, Donny van der Beek, Eric Bailly, Dean Henderson, Victor Lindelof, Palestri. I think there's so many players that Manchester United should have really forced out the door this week. And Manchester United, yet again, are haggling over price tags. They're haggling over fees for players to get rid of. And Manchester United want to bring in as much as money as possible to improve the current Manchester United squad. And what is very, very quite disappointing for me is that Man United have failed to do any business out of Old Trafford. No deadwood's been sold, and you've basically still got Onana and Mason Mount here that Manchester United are basically saying, still look at our shiny new toys, look how brilliant they've been so far, and look how brilliant they've both been on pre-season. And it's like, I don't get all this pre-season hype. It's unjustified. It's uncircumcised. It's basically a club that are failing to back the manager what he gets. And I think Erik ten Hag will face the consequences. If he looks at that team, I probably expected Erik ten Hag to look at that squad and thinking, right, half this dead wood is going to be gone in a few weeks, and hopefully this team is going to improve on all fronts, and hopefully we will move quickly in the next few weeks to buy even more players, clear out even more of the dead wood, and hopefully this squad is going to look like the squad I wanted to inherit at Manchester United in the first place. And it's not been done. I think so far, two signings in July has been a complete joke. It's been a complete mess. I just don't think Manchester United care. I really, really do not think Manchester United give a fuck. I don't think they give a shit. And I think as a whole, Manchester United don't want to improve. They don't want to win trophies next season. And I think if they get top four, they will be happy and they won't really care about where they head to next. And I think as a whole, Manchester United really need to start getting their ass into gear in the next few weeks. We cannot afford to be panic buying on transfer deadline day. We've basically got 4 weeks left of this transfer window. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks, right? And Manchester United have not even signed 3 players. I mean, the Rasmus Højlund deal will officially be done this week. The medical will be done. It's a lot of money, £73 million, 85 million euros to pay for a 20-year-old striker who plays in Serie A when Serie A is a lot of a slower league. And basically, the Premier League is a lot quicker than the tempo that Serie A offers its professional footballers. And BD97 has put in the chat, I think, a backup keeper, 1 more right back, centre back, and they are sorted. I don't think that's even enough. I agree with your view. I agree with your opinion. And I think you are right in that view and opinion that you've brought up. And I respect it that a backup goalkeeper still hasn't been brought in. A right back in Frimpong that Man United wanted hasn't been brought in. The centre back we are targeting Axel Disasi from Monaco hasn't been done or sanctioned because we have still got Harry Maguire here. And I think ruthlessness and brutalness needs to start happening very, very quickly. And Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted on Twitter right now regarding the situation regarding Fred out of Manchester United at this current moment in time. A move for Fred to Galatasaray is not yet guaranteed as there is no deal yet and other clubs are interested. A departure is crucial to make room for Sofyan Amrabat, for whom an offer has yet to arrive. So clearly, yet again, Manchester United are haggling over players to sign for the right fee. And I just think it's a disgrace. I think it's a complete and utter disgrace that this football club is milking this transfer window over Onana and Mason Mount that have hardly done fuck all in a Man United shirt yet in pre-season. And Manchester United are absolutely milking how great their shiny new toys are. And if Fred are scouting Nottingham Forest for Fred, I think Fred will go to Nottingham Forest if they find the money. But there's also now even more breaking news regarding Manchester United, again from Fabrizio Romano, blue tick on Twitter. Nottingham Forest will only sign 1 goalkeeper this summer between Matt Turner of Arsenal and Dean Henderson. Forest have already asked Arsenal for final conditions of Matt Turner deal, and it would be a permanent transfer. So, yeah, Matt Turner is a serious candidate for Nottingham Forest. This deal could see the Dean Henderson move collapse. So basically, what I'm trying to affirm there is we're basically going to keep a goalkeeper who doesn't want to play second fiddle to Andre Onana, who's probably going to be on the bench for most of the season, and we can't get rid of him because Manchester United are demanding stupid money for a goalkeeper who basically sat there, slagged the club off when he moved to Nottingham Forest on loan, and basically we might now be stuck with him for the whole of next season as the number 2 choice goalkeeper, as well as having Tom Heaton that shouldn't be at this club either. I think I see all these people on Twitter saying that Tom Heaton is a very, very good reserve goalkeeper. He's been very, very good in pre-season. Pre-season for me is a complete waste of time. It's a complete waste of energy. And quite frankly, when you lose players in pre-season to injury, that means they're going to keep them out for most of the start of the season, just like Kobe Manu has found out of the ankle injury, out for 2 months, the whole of August and September. I think pre-season has got to stop because it's unfair on the players, it's unfair on the manager, it's unfair on the players' mental health and confidence, and it's also an unfair on the squad where we end up losing players throughout most of the season. Would Fred be a good move for Forest, though? I don't know what's going to happen with Fred, but apparently the only way Fred is going to be sold is either to Saudi Arabia, Fulham, or Galatasaray. And I think at the moment, if Manchester United are messing about for the fee for Fred, I do question what the hell's going on at Manchester United. You do have to question the mentality, the state of the football club that it's in, and you have to basically state what the hell is going on behind the scenes in that boardroom, because clearly Manchester United are messing things about again. Basically, money pinching for every bit of money they want. And the thing is, the longer Manchester United haggle over trying to get players out, the longer it's going to take to get players in to replace them. Fred, I do think will leave. Fred has never been a good signing. He's been lazy. He's been a shit midfielder ever since he's been at the club. He's done nothing for this football club ever since he's been here. And inconsistency on the pitch has been dreadful to watch, especially when Fred has been at fault for most of Man United's errors for the last 3 to 4 seasons under Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick and Erik ten Hag. Players like that should have been removed by now, and I'm sick to death of the excuses. I'm sick to death of the ball crap, and I'm sick to death of the bullshit that Manchester United keep on leaking out, thinking they're Mr. Billy Big Bollocks. We will get in the end. We will get what we want. And at the moment, I don't trust Man United to organise a piss up at a brewery. I think Manchester United are lazy. They're sat there on their lazy fat ass doing fuck all for most of the week. And basically, to take 6 weeks to sign a striker, that is not backing. It's basically telling Erik ten Hag, you have got to get by with what you've got, and you've got to deliver opportunities and moments FC, just like Solskjaer had to do when he was in charge and eventually was then sacked. So at the moment, I think Manchester United behind the scenes, it is a complete utter mess. It's a shambles. It's a circus. It's like they act like they're at a kid's birthday party. They've basically got all their friends round from school and preschool and been in year 1 at school, and they've basically got the kid's birthday party organised. And basically, you forgot to organise the cake, you forgot to organise the entertainment, and basically, you've got no food either. So basically, the kids' friends are turning up for the kid's birthday party with just the presents, with no food, no drinks, no refreshment, no music, and no entertainment, and no cake, and no party bags to go home with. Man United are doing things on a shoestring budget again. Manchester United are penny pinching to get what they want. They evaluate Scott McTominay at 40 to 45 million. They want 40 to 45 million for Harry Maguire. They want 20 odd million for Fred. They want 25 to 30 million for Dean Henderson. They let Eric Bailly go for about 3 or 4 million. Manchester United this summer are putting hefty price tags on players that are not even worth the price tag they're worth. I'm sorry, that West Ham bid that went in for Harry Maguire for 20 million, Manchester United should took the bite on the ass and taken that 20 million. That 20 million could have got the other midfielder Manchester United are looking at in Sofyan Amrabat. And the only way the Sofyan Amrabat deal doesn't happen at Manchester United is if McTominay, Fred and Donny van de Beek are not sold. If all 3 of them are stuck in a Man United shirt, we have got a lot weaker, a lot worse, with Fred and McTominay still probably getting a lot more game time than what they deserve. And Van der Beek isn't even an addition to the squad because he's not even getting used in the team in pre-season. He's mostly stuck on the bench with super glue. So at the minute, Manchester United, you've got to really start biting the bullet by the chin here. You've really got to start taking what you're getting offered. That 20 million for Maguire would have got that Sofyan Amrabat deal moved. And the only way, like I said, that doesn't happen if we've got all 3 of those midfielders that I mentioned stuck in this summer. If Fred and McTominay and Van der Beek are still here in a Man United shirt at the start of the season, I'm going to lose my shit because it's like, what the hell are they still doing at this club? What the hell are they still doing in a Manchester United shirt? It's a complete joke. It's ludicrous. It's an absolute joke that Manchester United are trying to get overachieved fees for players that are not even worth the money they're worth. Maguire, that 20 million could have done a lot. That really could have gone towards the Amrabat deal to speed that up and to make that happen. And I mean, now the Rasmus Højlund deal's done, let's move on to that. 73 million for a 20-year-old striker is a big fee. And apparently Manchester United were only willing to pay 40 to 50 million to sign Rasmus Højlund in the first place. And Manchester United have got a deal done for Rasmus Højlund, 75 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons. So basically, we have paid 85 million euros for a 20-year-old striker, which works out at 73.4 million pounds in English sterling for a 20-year-old striker in Serie A to join the club for Manchester United to just get the deal over the line. Man United have handled that badly. 73 million for a striker from Serie A. Rasmus Højlund is going to be a big impact. He's going to be one of the best strikers in the Premier League next season. He's going to be one of the best players that Man United are ever going to have in their lifetime. And I think in 5-6 years to come, Rasmus Højlund is going to be worth up to 150, maybe even 200 million as a transfer target for another top European club. But Manchester United only want to pay 50 odd million. But Man United, yet again, have overpaid, because I think what's happened here is PSG have gone in with a counter offer. They've agreed more wages a week for Rasmus Højlund. And I think personally, PSG have basically offered 50 million up front and 20 million euro in add-ons. And Man United have panicked, thinking, right, if Rasmus Højlund ends up at PSG, we are going to feel the wrath of Erik ten Hag. And basically, if we don't get him in the striker, we're not going to hear the end of this, not just off the manager and the squad and the other players, but we're not going to stop hearing it off the fans and the supporters of our club who are trying to brainwash and milk every week and try and get us to spend the money on this great historic football club who are the best and most successful English football club of all time ever. Man United are doing things the same way they treated Solskjaer. They're doing it the same way they treated Ralf Rangnick. And remember this statement Ralf Rangnick made, and I'm always going to remember it because it always reminisced with it meant a lot to me. It's not cosmetic surgery. Manchester United need open heart surgery. And we do. Ralf Rangnick was right. We need open heart surgery at Manchester United to remove the deadwood and the fringe players out of this team. That is the only way Manchester United will progress next season if half the deadwood of Manchester United are gone. If half these players are seen in a United shirt next season getting first team action, I don't believe we're progressing. I only believe we're going to go 10 times backwards with some of the fringe players that are continuing to let down not just the fans and supporters, but they're not listening to the manager. And if they're not listening to what they're doing in training, I'm telling you, this season is going to be more of a roller coaster than what it was last. And it will happen. Things like this will happen. And Man United will only have themselves to blame if things start going wrong next season. And BD97's also put in the chat again, might need a left winger in case Rashford is used up front. I do agree with you. I think maybe I think a left winger also has to be an option for Manchester United next season. But name me one left winger we can get for a certain fee, for a certain price that is going to be able to compete with Rashford, because I do agree with your point. I agree with your view and I agree with your opinion. I think a left winger is needed. But the problem is with that, you've got Antony on the right wing, you've got Sancho and Garnacho, and you've got Rasmus Højlund now. So how the hell will we be able to get a left winger if you're putting Rashford on the left, Højlund down the middle, and Antony on the right, or maybe Sancho? I think United, I don't personally think United have any idea what they're doing. I personally just think United are just trying to get by again. And Fabrizio Romano's tweeted again just now. And we're going to bring up the point of view he's made. And we're going to read it out. There is still no agreement with Manchester United and Galatasaray for Fred. Some other clubs can enter the race. It's crucial to sell him to make space for Sofyan Amrabat. So clearly what's happening here is the Sofyan Amrabat deal is very close from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading and what I'm being told by certain people. Sofyan Amrabat is clearly the next deal Manchester United want to do. And the only way that happens if they sell Fred and Donny van der Beek. If that doesn't happen this week, I fear what's going to happen here is we will sign Sofyan Amrabat midway through the season and when it's already started. You need Sofyan Amrabat done this week. And what I'm fearing is what's going to happen here is that Manchester United are going to absolutely milk the hell out of Rasmus Højlund when he officially signs for the club, holding up the shirt officially, reading out his statement when he how excited he's about playing for the club. And Man United will milk about, look how great Højlund is. Look at how great his shiny toy is. We've got a striker at long last. We've got a goalkeeper. We've got a striker that can put the ball in the net. We haven't got to worry anymore. And don't worry, Eric, we won't have to spend any more money to get you a second striker. You've got Anthony Martial as the backup, so we don't really need to get you a second striker. And that's the problem. Manchester United, clearly, what's happened here? They've manipulated and brainwashed the fan base and supporters of Manchester United Football Club all summer long. Brainwashed us, manipulated us, and lied. If Manchester United, which they keep saying, FFP, financial fair play, is a deep, long concern at Manchester United this summer, we've got to be careful what we spend, careful about the fees we pay for players, and we're not going to give in to the media hype and the scrutiny about the fees we are paying for certain players. Manchester United have lied all summer long about this whole financial situation with FFP Man United are apparently in. Manchester United, as I've been told several times over the summer, all season long, Man United are using FFP, financial fair play, as an excuse to cover up the Glazers and the board's pure and utter incompetence of how bad it is behind the scenes, the way Manchester United are run on a daily basis, with the Glazers at the helm, refusing to sell the football club, get any players in, back the manager, and have a successful summer transfer window. And what they're going to do, they're going to use FFP to get the fans and supporters' sympathy on side, to get all of our violins out to sympathise and sing along with the Glazers, Richard Arnold, John Murtagh, about how bad it is behind the scenes about what Man United money we've got. Clearly, by the Rasmus Højlund deal that's cost you 73 million, you spent 60 on Mason Mount, so that's 133. You've then spent 48 million on Onana, so you've spent 181 million. And we were told Manchester United have only got a budget of 120 million this summer to spend on transfers. What a load of bullshit. Utter bullshit. Man United think they can get away with their lies and their crap that they keep on filtering in on Twitter, on socials, that Man United are now trying to get away with another bad summer transfer window. And forget the backup goalkeeper situation as well, because we're not getting a backup goalkeeper in. If the Dean Henderson deal was to fall through and Nottingham Forest go for Matt Turner instead, that is a failure, not just on the board, but the owners of Manchester United to put such a stupid price tag on a player that basically slagged us all off, doesn't want to be at Manchester United, and basically we're haggling over a fee that Nottingham Forest do not want to pay because Man United's estimate is very unrealistic. So at the moment, Man United as a whole, I think, are demanding transfer fees of players that are not even worth their rate on the transfer market. They should have taken the 20 million they got for Harry Maguire. They should take 20 million for Dean Henderson, sell 10 for Fred, sell McTominay for 30, Sell Eric Bailly for 4 or 5 million. You've nearly got 75, 80 million there. Just sell them for what you get offered. I mean, I know we're going to have to take a hit on Harry Maguire. That's not our fault. That's Man United's incompetence to do business properly and bad at negotiating, because we haven't got proper negotiators doing our transfers. So at the moment, Manchester United can come up with all the PR they want. The fan base aren't stupid. The supporters aren't stupid. We actually have a brain in our heads. We know that your incompetence is basically slander to get away with your complete failure of backing a manager that actually gives a shit about the fans, gives a shit about the supporters, and actually gets what Manchester United is about. It's not about finishing fourth. It's not about finishing third. It's not about finishing second. It's about fucking winning. When they used to tell you at Sports Day, when you've got the red team and the white team, and you look at the team sheets of both teams, for the red team and the white team, and you see all the best players on the red team, and then the white team have then got all the shit players, all the shit people, you basically know deep down that that red team is going to absolutely walk over the white team's players. And basically on Sports Day, it's a foregone conclusion that red team will win Sports Day at school. And people and staff or teachers always used to tell you, in LSAs, always used to tell you, it's not about winning. It's about taking part. Everybody's a winner. That has been lies. That's bullshit. In life, it's about winning and being the best. That should be the mentality at Manchester United. It's not about taking part. Everyone's a winner. It's about winning in life. If you want to be the best, you have to win. At Manchester United, it's get by. Get by, get by, get by, and get by with the squad and players you've got, and hoping for miracles and moments FC. Just like when Solskjaer used to come out with it. It's about moments FC. It's about finding that pure golden moment to spell something special. I'm sorry. We can't keep getting by with school Sports Day tactics. That is not Manchester United. That is acting like a League Two or a National League club. It is about winning in football. And if Man United want to be the best, you have to deliver all the key number one priority targets for every position Manchester United are targeting. You look at that team, you look at the players sold, and you look at the players we've brought in. Apparently, Andre Onana wasn't the number one priority for the goalkeeper. It was Jordan Pickford. The second priority for the midfield wasn't Mason Mount. The priority was Frankie de Jong. The striking position, it wasn't Rasmus Højlund. It was Harry Kane and Victor Osimhen. The centre-back position, it wasn't Axel Disasi from Monaco. It was Kim Min-jae from Napoli. So Manchester United can do all they want, but you've not backed your manager, because Frankie de Jong should be here. So should Harry Kane. So should Osimhen. So should Kim Min-jae. So should Jordan Pickford, because that's the number one goalkeeper we wanted. We didn't want Onana. Manchester United can milk, all the lies that they facilitate on social to make the fans feel sorry for them. At the end of the day, I've mentioned all those key players the manager wants, and not one of them has been signed. Is that backing? No, it's not. That is basically looking at option B, C, and D. And we're probably even looking at E, F, G, and H, because that is how low our priority and our standards are. We are not signing the number one targets. We're not signing the number one priorities. We are basically getting by with options D, E, H, and G, and F. And that big F is basically Man United telling everyone to fuck off, because that is how bad it is. It is ludicrous how we operate. We are a complete circus behind the scenes, and people call out the Man United fans and they call out the Man United supporters saying, we're delusional, we're hysterical. All those Man United fans do is moan, 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 and moan. Can you see why we moan? Can you see why we criticise? It's because we want Manchester United to do their job properly and get the manager all the key Number one, priority targets at Manchester United in a United shirt next season to go again. Basically, it's like having a Ferrari on your drive, your dream car, and then the engine in that Ferrari is fucked. It's finito. The engine is finished. The head gasket's blown, all the pistons and all the valves have smashed in together. The engine's doomed, the engine is knackered. And basically, the car is undrivable because you've got no engine. Man United, what they do for that Ferrari engine is they take the car to a garage and get a second-hand engine that is only going to last them 3 or 4 months. And then that engine, for the replacement for the first engine, the replacement goes bang in the 3 or 4 months. And Man United just keep getting backup replacements. You can't keep putting a Ferrari engine that's only going to last in 3 or 4 months. The Ferrari engine's got to last you 5, 6, 7, 8 years, not 3 or 4 months, and have to keep buying engines that are on the verge of being worn out in the first place. Man United basically are shopping in the scrapyard this summer. It's like the scrapyard on the island of Sodor at Thomas the Tank. Basically, every engine or diesel that's been scrapped, and the top of hand wants the diesels to rule the island of Sodor, basically doesn't want engines ruling it anymore. He wants diesels because they're more efficient, and he wants electric trains. Man United are acting like the island of Sodor. They're acting like the Shatoff Hat. They're basically scrapping all the engines and putting diesels on the track because it's a bit more efficient. Steam trains are history. Man United's history is going to keep spiraling down like that. It will. United's history will be completely wiped out if Man United do anything by this week. Don't dare they say it. Look, we've signed Rasmus Højlund. Look at us now. Look how great we are. Look at the shiny new toy. Look at the great struggle we're going to have up front. The goal scoring issues are finally going to be gone. Well, they're not though, are they? Because Elanga's gone. Weghorst was shit. Martial is injury prone. So basically, you're relying on Rashford on the left and Rasmus Højlund all summer long to put the ball in the net. What if Rasmus Højlund does his hamstring? What if Rashford does his knee or ankle? Then what? Wait till January to get by with what we got and deploy Sancho, Garnacho and Anthony up front. I mean, I just don't think Man United have got a clue what they're doing. I just think it's basically jobs for the boys, mates rates FC. And I've been told this by, several people close to the football club. It's a joke still. It's a circus. The only bright light of fresh air has been the manager, who ain't taking no bullshit, no excuses, and no shit off anyone. He's deploying brutalness and ruthlessness. He's not afraid to make the big calls. He's not afraid to make the big decisions. And it's like, God forbid where we would be without Ten Hag right now. Could you imagine where Man United would be if we didn't have this manager? Could you just imagine how bad it could have got? Could you imagine if they went with Pochettino? Could you imagine how bad it would have been? Could you imagine how shit Man United would have got? And you look at Ten Hag, and I think he actually gets what we feel. He cares. Like, I wish the board and the owners would wake the fuck up from their coma and realise, look at the damage you're doing. Look at the crap you leak. Look at your pathetic PR team. Look at the excuses that you leak out through Samuel Lucas and Laurie Whitwell on Twitter. I mean, you're basically protecting yourselves from your own incompetence because you're so shit at your job. And I think Man United are. They just don't care. And yeah, we've got more breaking news regarding United transfers. Manchester United are still very much interested in a new centre-back this summer. Top of Erik Ten Hag's list is Monaco's Axel Disasi, with talks with his agent already taking place early in window, but no bid has been sent as yet. Likely will depend on outgoings, with Harry Maguire, who could leave if right offer arrives and Disasi is seen as the top option for the new centre-back. Main focus now is Rasmus Højlund is a done deal, is on outgoings and to advance with plans to sign Sofia Amrabat as a new midfield. It's a new midfielder. United. What needs to happen here is that Manchester United need to get a bloody move on. Manchester United really, really need to start acting quicker regarding transfers. Manchester United need to start working this week. We need to start getting our jig on. We need to do the jig to the jig. That is what we need to do. We need to start getting up on that dance floor and making moves happen. Because as long as we're on that dance floor and we're standing still, it's like that birthday party. Kids play at a birthday party. It's like statues. I don't want Man United to act like statues. I want Manchester United to be able to start delivering what the manager wants. If they don't deliver what the manager wants, what hope of me or you got? Man United are trying to get by with all their incompetence and basically fail this manager. And if it all goes tits up this season or the third season, don't come back in and be like, well, I told you so. I told you all this would happen. It's so bloody predictable. I've seen it all before with Van Gaal. I've seen it all before with Moyes. I've seen it all with Mourinho. I've seen it with I've seen it with Ralph Rangnick. I've seen it with Solskjaer. They all wanted players, and the club said no. So you can't keep sitting there protecting Man United's incompetence. And they can milk Rasmus Højlund as much as they want, even though he's going to be one of the best signings the Premier League's ever seen, because he'll have the same impact as Erling Haaland. But United can't milk that all week. They cannot milk it. They can't milk it all week. They can't just sit there and say, oh, look, we've got Rasmus Højlund. They can't do that. And I'm hoping they don't. I'm really, really hoping they don't. But I've got a bad feeling they will. And if Man United milk it, I can't forgive this football club. I can't, because I don't want another summer going down the drain again. That Manchester United are trying to get by with what they've got. If Man United try to keep getting by, then I think this whole season could collapse very, very quickly. And if the remainder of this transfer window is shit and diabolical, I really hope this happens. I hope Rasmus Højlund or Rash do their hamstring. I hope that we get a midfield crisis. I hope we get a really, really tough UEFA Champions League group. I really, really hope we do, because Man United might thinking, shit, we should have listened to the fans, we should have listened to supporters, and we should have basically listened to our manager. 2 seconds, I've got a phone call. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. It's my parents. They're on holiday in Italy in Lake Garda. Or was it Gran Canaria? One of the two. So yeah, What is happening here is that United, we need to see action on outgoings this week. I think what's going to happen is I think Fred and Donny van der Beek will go. I think soon as both of them are sold, and hopefully they're going to be sold, I think Sofian Amrabat, Man United will try and speed that up. As Fabrizio Romano said, no bid has been sent yet to Fiorentina, but Man United are waiting on the departures of Fred and Van der Beek to get Amrabat in. Amrabat already knows about the project at Manchester United, and he's already listened to what Erik ten Hag expects of him, and personal terms aren't going to be an issue with Fiorentina. Man United, what needs to happen this week is get the Rasmus Højlund deal announced by Monday, Tuesday, get the medical done, sign Rasmus Højlund, and then Amrabat needs to be done by end of this week. I don't want Man United. I don't want to be sat here next Sunday evening saying, do you know what? What the fuck have we been doing all summer? What the hell have we been doing all week? And that's what's angered me. It's taken Man United 6 weeks to sign a striker, 5 weeks to sign a goalkeeper, and then it took 3 or 4 weeks just to get Mason Mount in. That is not quick. That's not efficiency. That is lazy, fat boardroom members and glazers who are sat there twiddling their thumbs, sat on Football Manager, eating a big bag of fucking Doritos, twiddling their thumbs, trying to see what Football Manager's predictions or type of transfer fees Manchester United should be spending on players in the summer transfer window of this 2023. And I think as a whole, if Manchester United don't do it, then I'm sorry, I don't see how we're meant to improve, because the Champions League is going to be tough, especially with the Europa League being tough as well. The Europa League ain't going to be... No, not Europa League. We will end up back in the Europa League if Manchester United don't do well in the Champions League. That's my fear. I don't want to be back in Thursday night football in a few weeks after the Champions League group day saying, well, I told you so. I said this was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, if United have got any cojones about them at all, start speeding up the transfers and getting the manager, the players that he desperately needs before. We need Amrabat in before the Premier League season starts. We need him in because our first game is on the 14th of bloody August. We need Amrabat in this week because he's going to have to take at least a week for training. Amrabat wants to come to Manchester United. He wants to join the club. Fiorentina and Man United want to do the deal. The manager, Erik ten Hag, wants Amrabat. I mean, if they don't do that, that's just failing the manager. Sorry, but you can't protect the incompetence. United are bad at what they do. They have been very bad all summer long. Richard Arnold and John Murtough haven't done a good job, and all the praise they're getting off all these people on Twitter, it needs to stop. You need to stop praising them. Because the more praise they get, the more chance they've got of staying in their job if the club ever gets sold. Which at the moment doesn't look like it's going to happen. So United have got some options here. Stop milking the Rasmus Højlund deal all week. Get Amrabat in, because apparently Romano said that talks of Amrabat will happen this week. I don't think it will, unless Fred and Donny van der Beek are sold. So Man United really have got an obligation to start moving some of this deadwood out before it's too late. I don't want this season being bad. I don't want this season to be a car crash. I hope Man United fans, supporters and us all have a great season together. We know it's going to be very up and down, but we've got to stand by and support each other and become one big community and one big fan base to support everyone through everything that, probably Man United are going to put us through. So, yeah, I think that's a whole... Everything we've discussed today has been bang on. I think it's been pinpoint to the key that Man United are trying basically trying to get by, and I don't think it's fair. But let's see what happens at the beginning of this week. Hopefully Amrabat will be done. Hopefully Fred and Donny will be gone. Dean Henderson, Eric Bailly will also leave the club as well. But we need the Amrabat deal happening very quickly. We need to make the Amrabat deal happen like that. And I think Man United have got the money to do it. I mean, will they sign Amrabat before Fred and Donny are sold? I don't know. But if Fred doesn't get sold this week and nor does Donny van der Beek, and they milk Rasmus Højlund, then next Sunday is going to be a painful one to talk about, because it's just Man United getting protected. I don't want to sit here and protect them, and I'm not going to ever do it. Man United needs to get a move on. We need to stop being slow. We need to stop being a bit more efficient. We need to put some life back into the transfer window, Because so far this summer, it's been a joke. 3 players isn't enough. That's not enough to compete with Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City, Liverpool, Spurs and Chelsea. It's not. It's not enough. It will never be enough until Manchester United start acting like a football club again. And if they don't do any business this week, I'm telling you now, United's season will come crashing back down on them very, very quickly if United don't be a bit more efficient. We've got 4 weeks left. We can't sit through this whole week and do nothing. If United have got any ambition about them at all, sell Fred, sell Donny van der Beek, sell Dean Henderson, Eric Bailly, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, and bring some more players in. And hopefully everything will improve. Hopefully everything will improve. And I think it's got to, because sooner or later, this will catch up to Man United and the season will be a complete and utter nightmare from day number 1. So I hope you enjoyed this transfer window assessment week 6 review. Hit the like button and share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel and the community if you are new. Share the video. Hit that sweet button and the retweet button. Remember, put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, GTA 6, EA Sports FC, Rocket League, and much more brand stuff planned for the rest of 2023 on this channel, on this community. Please keep subscribing, hit that subscribe button, like and share the video. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends, you're all legendary. Massive shout out to everyone on this channel and community. We'll be back live for more content this week with the Razzle Squad and an official announcement that he is signed for the football club. We'll be live for that, react to that. And hopefully we also get Sophie and Amrabat in this week. But Man United have got to pick up the pace up and get this Amrabat deal done before any other top European club comes in and gets that deal done. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.